Tuesday morning in front of a PetSmart in Edison, New Jersey.
By that time, flames were starting to come out of the hood of the car.
But hero Charles Perry running toward the burning car after calling 911 to rescue the driver.
I just was struggling with the seatbelt a little bit and got it halfway down his face, and I was able to reach in and just started yanking him and pulled him out.
Perry then protecting the unidentified man.
Hey, where you're at? Stay down. Stay down.
He says seconds later, the SUV was fully engulfed in flames. Are you just surprised that he survived this?
Absolutely. I mean, he was full speed. Pedal was down the whole time. It must have been, and he went straight into the concrete foundation.
The Good Samaritan from Piscataway says he was across the street in Edison waiting for the Costco gas station to open when he saw the victim driving erratically.
He hit a few curbs. The car was airborne at one point.
At the scene, debris left behind.
Yes. Let's buckle in and talk about this one. It's just very good to help people. There's something about helping others when they're going through some type of trials and tribulations really make you appreciate life. It really does. Like, helping people is very good, and this gentleman actually helped. The man that was driving this car was 75 years old, well, 75 years young, as people say, and he was having some type of medical issues while he was driving, and that's the reason why he basically lost control of that car. And he had the pedal to the metal, meaning that he had the car on full throttle while he was driving, and he wasn't, like, he was going through what he was going through, so he didn't even know that elderly man, and he had no idea what was really going on, but thank God that gentleman was right there at the right time to help that elderly gentleman. Because if that guy was not there at that exact time, you see how fast it took. Less than 2 minutes for that complete car to inflame in complete flames, to engulf in complete flames. So if that man wasn't right there, then, well, God make everything in life happen for a reason. So God makes everything, at the right time. That man was there at the right time. Everything was just lined up because God was not ready for that elderly man to go. So incredible, man. And it's just, once again, I just want to make this video to show the power of kindness, the power of helping someone else out that you don't even know, the power of helping someone else that never did nothing for you. That's the type of kindness that everybody needs to display every single day. Do things, when you do things for other people that never did anything for you, that's the type of kindness we need to show to each other every day, dude, because it's rewarding. That's a very, very rewarding kindness. People who thinks, okay, that if you do something for me, I have to do something back for you, that's not kindness. Kindness is when you show affection to someone that never did anything for you. That's the ultimate kindness. And this gentleman, what he did, that's the ultimate kindness. He helped someone else that never helped them in any way, shape, or form. That's the type of kindness that I'm actually talking about. That's when you could actually help someone in life that never did anything for you, bro, and you did the best you can to make sure they're alive and they survive and they're thriving. That's really the kindness we all need in life, though. That's the type of kindness that's gonna bring us the reward from God and His family in the future. That's the type of kindness that bring us the ultimate happiness in life. You know what I mean? So with that type of kindness, dude, look at this again.
And right before he crashed into the PetSmart building, he made a left turn and went straight for the sign. And as soon as he hit it, the car started smoking. And by the time I got over there, I saw flames in the hood.
So he hits that sign, and then you see that what happened. You ran over there to get him out.
Yeah. I just did what I would think anybody would do.
And as you can tell, once again, man, you see how fast that car went up in flames. And on that video, you seen the elderly man, they had him on the ground. The gentleman actually pulled him out the car and had that elderly man on the ground until law enforcement showed up. And he was at a Costco getting gas. I got a Costco membership too, and the gas is very cheap. So, so I'm one of those people that do go to Costco to get gas myself. But to get gas from that place, you need to be a member to actually purchase gas. The gas is very affordable, but you have to be a member. But, you know, once again, man, thank God. And God put him in that position for a reason. You know, and the blessings is coming to this guy. Like, whenever you do stuff like that, bro, like, that's, you know, that's like a act of God, dude. Like, whenever you do stuff like that for other people, it's the ultimate prize is coming to you eventually. You know, that's the ultimate prize is going to come to you, dude, because at the end of the day, you're doing something for someone that never did anything for you. And this gentleman is right there. That's when you do things for the blessing of, you do it for the blessing from God. Because that gentleman don't want nothing from that elderly 75-year-old man. No, he did what was right in the eyes of God and his family. He did, and he said whomever else would have been there, they would have done it, but he will be surprised. There's a lot of people in this world that's very selfish. I'll say 85 to 90% of human beings are very selfish people. Like, he made that statement that he said to the reporter that, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure whomever would have been here would have did the same thing. Like, he doesn't feel like he's a hero. He doesn't feel like, you know, what he did was a big deal. But what he did, it was actually a very big deal. Because he's thinking like, oh yeah, anybody else would have did it. No, there's a lot of selfish people in this world that would just see what happened and stand there and call 911 without actually taking the time to go help someone else. Very, very selfish. There's a lot of selfish people in this world, man. And this guy, he said to the reporter, no, I'm pretty sure there's people, you know, whoever would have been here, they would have did the right thing. Bro, you will be surprised, dude. You will be surprised at how many people would have been in that position that you was in that would have never went to help that elderly man. You will be shocked that there's so many people in this world that would just stand there and watch that man die. They would just watch that car and see that they could help, that the car is inflamed, that the car is on fire, and they could just literally went up to the car to help that old man, that elderly man, get out that car, and they would just stand there and call 911, which calling 911, yes, but bro, going the ultimate thing that you could do is going and doing the best you can to help someone else, though. You know, calling 911, once again, that's great. That's a good thing that you're doing. But if you could take the time, because you know 911 will take time to get there. If you could take that time out and go actually and try to do something to help somebody else in a time of need, and that's a time of need. That man needed someone to help him. That man was going through a medical problem. He had a medical issue right there. So without that gentleman actually going up to that car and removing that man from that car, that man would have not been here right now. This video was recorded yesterday in New Jersey. You know, without that guy actually taking the time out and running up to that car to help that elderly man, to get him out, this gentleman had to literally carry that elderly man out that car. Without him doing that, it's a possibility this elderly man would have not been here. But everything happens for a reason. So everything that happened yesterday in that incident, it's a reason it happened. And I hope and pray that gentleman, the elderly man, get the medical care that he needs. And I don't think he should ever drive ever again. Like, if you have that type of medical issues, I really don't think it's a wise idea to drive a motor vehicle. I think it's just, I think that's the time when you hang up the driver's license, and if you need to go around, use cab or get somebody in your family to drive you around. Because at that point in life, I think you should completely give it up. It's not worth it. It's not worth the risk, not just to your life. Like, that elderly man is not worth the risk just to him, but it's not worth the risk to people in that area. Like, he ran into a building where there is people. Thank God nobody got hurt. He ran into a PetSmart place, a pet business. Like, thank God nobody got hurt inside of that building. But once again, if that's the time with that elderly man at 75 years old, that's the time he has to stop, hang up the driver's license, stop the driving, get cabs, call your family to drive you around, hang up the driver's license. It's really not worth the risk to his own life, and most importantly, the risk to other people that he may hurt. But with him continue driving, he needs to stop the driving. You know, and I hope and pray for more people like this gentleman in this world. Like, you know, people that's willing to help others for nothing in return. You know, and he said there's a lot of people that will do it, but no, once again, you will be surprised how much people that would not run up to help that elderly man. You will be surprised that how many people are selfish in this world. I put it at 85 to 90% of human beings are very, very selfish and very ungrateful. 85 to 90% of people, of humans, that I'm putting at that percentage. That's the percentage I'm putting at. 85 to 90% of human beings are very ungrateful and very, 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 very ungrateful and very disloyal, and they're just scum of the earth. 85 to 90% of people will not do what this gentleman did by taking the time out to run up to a burning car to go help someone else out. God bless that gentleman. God bless your family, sir. And his one of his family member actually got interviewed as well. I think it was his grandfather, and his grandfather said this guy that he does a lot of good in his community. So that's the reason why I wanted to make this video, to, like, you know, to highlight the goodness of people. You know, like, especially this gentleman that helped the elderly man. Like, just to tell him, if you ever see this video, man, may God bless you and continue to help other people. Continue to perform in selfless acts. Do as much as you can for other people in this world. Help people out. Do what you can to help and be there for others. You know what I mean? And may God bless you, man. May God bless every one of us in this world. Guys, always treat people the way you want to be treated. Always make God and his family a part of your decision making every single day, guys. Oh, I'll catch you guys in the next video, man.